Welcome back to the monthly recap, a mini-series we do here within the Yankees franchise series, where at the conclusion of every month we go over everything that happened in it. But this time it's a little bit of a different episode, as we will be going over basically the entire regular season, who won the awards, what the Yankees' stats are, and even a little bit of a playoff preview heading into the 2016 playoffs. So first things first, our New York Yankees did not win the AL East, but they did make the playoffs as the wild card team. The Yankees, sitting at 85 and 77, were 2 games behind the Boston Red Sox at 87 and 75, as the Red Sox got the AL East, and the Yankees secured the wild card, as well as the Kansas City Royals, who they will be taking on in the wild card round to decide who moves on to the next round. We will go over a bit more playoffs later on, but first we're going to talk about the hitting on the Yankees. So the biggest bat on this New York Yankees team this season was arguably the man they picked up near the trade deadline in Todd Frazier. He boosted his average about 20-30 points since being picked up by the Yankees. He was hitting a very low 200 for the Reds, but he boosted up all the way to 227. He was even in the 230s at one point, and he finished the season with 29 home runs and 86 RBI. Jacoby Ellsbury, though, was the best all-around hitter on the team. He led an average with a 280 average. He had 13 home runs, 59 RBI, 55 stolen bases, and he led the team in hits, doubles, triples, runs. All those good categories is what Ellsbury led the team in, as well as 55 stolen bases, which led the Yankees, and was tied with Jared Dyson for first in the league. Now on to the number 2 man in the lineup for the Yankees is Brett Gardner. He hit 277 on the season with 12 home runs, 67 RBI, 45 stolen bases, which is 3rd in the American League, and he finally got caught on the season. 45 stolen bases, 1 caught stealing. That is a ridiculous ratio if you ask me. Aaron Judge had a very, very, very good first 3 quarters of the season. He was hitting about 270, 280. He was on his way to 20-plus dingers, maybe 70, maybe even 80 RBI, but he never got that. He kind of cooled down in the later part of the season, like late July, a little bit of August, around that part of the season, and he finished the season hitting 253 with 16 home runs and 53 RBI, which is not bad at all. But he was hitting a lot better than that, and the Yankees are confident with Aaron Judge being their starting right fielder from this point on, heading into seasons in the future. Ronny Tellez really solidified himself this season as their second baseman, which is why they felt comfortable trading away Robert Refsnyder with Chase Headley to the Reds so they could pick up Todd Frazier, a bat they needed. And Ronny Tellez hit 279 on the season. He finally hit that home run, 1 home run on the season, 33 RBIs, majorly in that 9 spot, so you don't expect him to get a lot of RBI. And he even stole 26 bags, so spark plug at the bottom of the lineup in Ronny Tellez. Tom Ullman has really blossomed into a solid bat. He could even see himself as the cleanup hitter next year, especially against left-handed pitching, as he kills left-handed pitching at the right-handed side of the plate. He hit 272, 21 home runs, 62 RBI, even 24 stolen bases, and he only played a portion of the season. He did not get called up until at least a month and a half into the season, so he did not get a full season experience, and he will definitely next year, as he has solidified himself as a spot on this team. Jed Larry picked up at the trade deadline to replace having Didi Gregorius as the everyday shortstop. He's hitting 245 with 11 home runs and 40 RBI on the season. Respectable numbers. He's been pretty solid on the bottom half of the lineup, and he's been solid on the defensive parts too. Brian McCann hit the cleanup spot basically all season long. He's hitting 266 to end the season with 24 home runs and 63 RBI. Very solid numbers for him. The RBI you want to see a bit higher, but there's not complaining as they are in the playoffs. Greg Bird, however, his average is definitely something to complain about. He's hitting 215 with 19 home runs, which is respectable, and 40 RBIs, which is not really respectable for a guy who hit basically 5th all season long. And he only hit 215. He had an OBP under 300. It was about 280, so they definitely want to see a spike in that next season, or who knows? You might even see them try to trade Greg Bird next season, because they do have quite a bit of a logjam at first base. And now on the pitching side of things, that's been solid all season long, and it continued to be solid up until the last game of the season. Nathan Eovaldi had the most games started on the team. He finishes 10-13 with a 3.39 ERA, very respectable. Tyler Olson, the only left-hander in their rotation, has a 2.66, very respectable, with a 32 games started. Luis Severino, 9-10 on the season with a 3.71 ERA, also respectable in 31 games. His first complete Major League season, so there's going to be ups and downs, and they are definitely looking forward to the future of this guy's career. Masahiro Tanaka, he was out for a while with that fractured arm, but he is back and he is ready for the playoffs. He is going to be the #1 starter for the playoffs, obviously. He's 12-4 with a 2.78 ERA in 25 games started. And then Adam Warren, he's 13-3 with a 2.01 ERA in 18 games started since taking over for Wojciechowski. When Wojciechowski and Tanaka went down with an injury, Warren came in and straight dominated every single time he took the mound, and he's earned himself that #2 starter role because of it. Dellin Betances and Andrew Miller led the bullpen. Betances 46 saves on the season with a 3.22 ERA. A bit high of an ERA, you want to see a bit lower than that, but they're not complaining, especially with the 46 saves. 66 strikeouts, 50 innings, pretty good ratio. Andrew Miller, on the other hand, he's 2-2 with a 2.59 ERA and 24 holds, and an 89 strikeouts in 62 innings, a ridiculous ratio for Andrew Miller in that setup role. And heading into the playoffs, the Yankees plan on having their starting rotation as 1 through 5, but the 5th guy is going to be, they don't really know if they want to use him. They're probably going to try to go 1 through 4, but the 1 through 5 going into the playoffs is going to be Masahiro Tanaka, Adam Warren, Tyler Olson, Nathan Eovaldi, and then Luis Severino is that 5th guy who they possibly could start a game here and there, but they definitely want 1 through 4 to be Tanaka, Warren, Olson, and Eovaldi. Eovaldi and Olson could swap spots, deciding on what they want to do with those guys, but as of right now, it's definitely going to be, it's looking to be Olson and then Eovaldi as the 3-4. So now a little bit of a playoff preview, as the Yankees, like I said, they are the second wildcard team. They will be heading to Kansas City to take on the Kansas City Royals in the wild card game at Kauffman Stadium. The atmosphere is going to be electric there, and the Yankees are going to have to overcome that as the road team as they send out Masahiro Tanaka on the mound to face the Royals ace of Yordano Ventura. The young ace versus the Japanese ace. That's the wild card game. Whoever wins that matchup will be moving on to the ALDS to face the Cleveland Indians, who got the bye in the American League as they had the best record in the American League. And they have the bye. They're waiting to face the wildcard team. The other ALDS matchup is the Los Angeles Angels and the Boston Red Sox. So whoever wins that will be taking on the winner of whoever wins the Yankees and Royals. They'll go on to face their Indians. So the winner of the wildcard game and the Indians, whoever wins that ALDS, will take on the Red Sox and the Angels. In the National League side of things, their wild card game is the Miami Marlins and the San Diego Padres. This is the second year in a row that the Marlins are in the wild card game, and last year the Cardinals were in the wild card game, but they are not in the wild card game this year, as the wild card, like I said, is Miami and San Diego. Whoever wins that will be going on to face the 100-plus wins Los Angeles Dodgers. So Miami or San Diego will be taking on the Dodgers, as they have the bye in the National League. And then the other NLDS is the St. Louis Cardinals and the Washington Nationals. So whoever wins that series will go on to the NLCS to take on the winner of the Wild Card and Dodgers game in the NLCS. So with that being said, that'll wrap things up here for this end of season update video. We are heading into the playoffs full steam. Royals, Yankees, wild card game. Winner moves on to the American League Division Series. Loser goes home. Will it be the Yankees or will it be the Royals? We'll find out that tomorrow. As you're watching this video, tomorrow's video is going to be the Yankees and Royals wild card series. So stay tuned for that. I've been your host, JerseyBorn, and I'm saying goodbye.
What a beautiful wedding, what a beautiful wedding, says a bridesmaid to a waiter. Yes, but what a shame the poor groom's bride is a whore. I chime in with a haven't